Hello, and welcome to the Art of Spiritual Sleep. My name is Wendy Rosenthal, and I am your co-host along with Kabbalistic sleep and dream expert, Moredchay Balas. Hey, Moredchay, how are you today?
I'm great. Great to see you, Wendy. Great to be here.
It's great to see you. Always great to be
Ready to
here.
share.
I know, it's so exciting. We love sharing. Today's episode is called Sleep Exponentially, and today Moredchay is going to share with us how to really take all of your sleep and elevate it to a level that is not just linear work. It's really taking it to the next step. So excited to hear about it. I can't wait to get started, but we can't get started until I share with everybody and remind everybody that you will want to stay with us through the whole episode, because at the end we have two great features you don't want to miss. The first is the language of dreams and the sleep symbol of the week, where Moredchay will share with us a symbol that you can use to start interpreting your own dreams. It's a symbol that's often found in dreams. It's very, very exciting and very fun to hear. And the second one is something to sleep on. Every week, Moredchay wants to share with all of you tips and tools for enhancing your sleep, elevating your dreams, getting more clarity out of them. So you will want to make sure that you stick around for that. Also, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to share with us in the comment section on whatever platform you're watching us on today. We are happy to take your questions, and if we don't get to them today, we always follow up and answer them at a later time. All right, Moredchay, you are on. Tell us, exponential sleep, what does that mean?
So here's the thing. Let's say you have a goal. We all are meant, according to Kabbalah, we all are meant to reach a level that we connect to the best version of ourselves. Like complete extensions of the light of the Creator in our own unique way. Now, while there are certain things that can be done throughout the day, that you can actually grow, it's important to understand one important thing. If right now, and you can ask yourself this question, if I'm doing what I'm doing every single day, how long will it take me to get to that perfected state?
It feels like a long time, to be honest with you.
Feels like a long time. Some people will feel discouraged just by answering themselves. The question is like, I don't know if I'll ever reach it.
Well,
in this lifetime, or who knows, like years until I'll get there. We're talking about our best version.
Well, it's interesting because, people who are students of any spiritual path for any period of time that's more than maybe a few months, you often feel this. It's like, my goodness, I've been on this path for so long and I still fall into this trap, or I still fall into that trap. So yeah, it's not an uncommon thing.
Right. Even if you can compare, let's say, spirituality to karate, right? Or any martial arts. So you have belts. So let's say you reached already the black belt in spirituality. But then you have the dans, right? You have dan 2, dan 3. It's like there are levels within the black belt. And some even say, what I understood from karate and different other martial arts, is that you reach the highest level only when you leave the physical world, right? So it's like, but this is a lifetime of perfecting it. So there's got to be another way. So we're talking right now, what we described until now is the linear growth. And you can take it in any other aspect. It doesn't have to be spirituality. Finances. Where do you see yourself in a state that you can feel, oh my God, I can retire. I have so much money, I can retire. How long it will take you to reach that statement? Some people work all of their lives and they never reach it. And some people work from home and make tons of money. So it doesn't seem like it's proportionate. So we want to connect actually. And as I said, you can take it in any example. Finding your soulmates, getting healthy, finances, and spiritual growth. The linear, we cannot afford, and this is the first understanding, we cannot afford to have linear growth because the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. We have to have what the Kabbalists call, and we gave it today like a name that is connected to our days, exponential growth. There has to be exponential growth. And while we can do certain things while we are awake, there can be a greater exponential growth while we are sleeping. It's funny because I spoke to one of my colleagues and she has a challenge. She doesn't sleep so much. She sleeps like 3-4 hours. And I was having her a session, part of the Art of Spiritual Sleep program. And I told her, the truth is, your real challenge is that you think that sleep is a waste of time. But if I teach you, if I share with you how you can use your sleep to fix challenges, overcome problems, plant seeds that when you wake up in the morning, you can do much more spiritual work while you are asleep. But you don't think this way. And she said, yes, I totally agree with you. This is, I've never thought about, I always thought like about sleep, like when I'm hitting the pillow, when can I wake up? When is the earliest time that I can wake up? What's the minimal amount of hours I need to function properly in the next coming day?
You know, it's so interesting that you're saying this for sleep, and this is what we're focused on, but I just want to remind everybody what you just said, and that is everything you're talking about in this episode has to connects to anything that we want to do. Enhancing and exponentially growing your sleep, your betterment in it is going to help even more so. But like, what a gift, right? This is like, okay, this is bottom line stuff, which I love.
And it reminds me a story which is related to this about the Ari, Rav Isaac Luria, a great Kabbalist who lived 500 years ago, that in one of the Saturday afternoons, he was resting, he was sleeping, and a student came in, he knocked on the door, there wasn't an answer, he came in, and he saw his teacher, and he saw that the lips of Rav Isaac Luria are moving. So he figured out, and he's hearing something, but he can't really hear what it is. So he came closer, you can imagine the scene, right? He came closer and put his ear right next to the lips of his teacher. And of course, he woke up his teacher, the Ari Rav Isaac Luria, and Rav Isaac Luria asked him, what are you doing? He said, well, you know, I heard you saying things, so I thought these are words of wisdom. I really want to learn this. So I thought I'll pick up whatever I can pick up. So the Ari, Rav Isaac Luria, started to laugh. And the student said, why are you laughing? He said, well, let me explain you what happens when I fall asleep. He says, Rav Isaac Luria says, when I go to sleep, my soul goes up through all the stages that we spoke about, and then an angel greets me, whether it's the angel Raziel, who is in charge on secrets, or maybe it's the angel Gabriel. I believe also the Ari gave actually the name of the angel. And then the angel says to the Ari, who would you like to study with? In which house of study? Moses, maybe Rav Shimon Bar Yochai, the author of the Zohar. You choose whoever you want to study with. And then the Ari says, Rav Isaac Luria says to his student, what I study in 1 hour of my sleep, even 70 years will not be enough for me to teach you. 70 years straight. No shower, no food, no drink. Straight 7 years will not be enough. This is what we're talking about. It's going to take so long to reach a level if it's a linear growth, but we can tap into the force while we are asleep, using the gifts that the Kabbalists have given us to do speed learning, speed growth, speed download of where we're meant to be. This is huge. And while we can do it during the day, right? I mean, we can focus on, first of all, the understanding, right? That I cannot settle for linear growth. It's not It's not even a question. Once you're ready for this, then you can apply during the day Kabbalistic meditations. You need to find what's the Kabbalistic meditation that works the best for you.
Wait. Are you giving us the tips?
Some of the tips during the day, yes.
Okay, all right. Well, because I want to make sure people don't miss it, right? So get your pencils out or your pens. So
yes,
what you're talking about, if you want to have exponential growth, these are the things that Moredchay you're going to tell us about right now is what we should be doing.
Right.
Okay.
So this is during the day. This is during the day. Okay. So during the day, you want to use three main things. One, find your Kabbalistic meditation. And we have on Kabbalah.com several meditations by Alison Seru, by Yuda Ashkenazi. Beautiful, beautiful meditations. Find whatever speaks to you. And maybe you already found it.
Well, we've also
do it on a daily basis.
We've also shared some Kabbalistic meditation.
Right. We also shared some of the stuff, like the Yudke Vavke, the Tetragrammaton, the breathing techniques, and we'll share more in the episodes to come. So find that meditation. Number two, study, especially the Kabbalistic text of the Zohar, the main text of Kabbalah, the 10 luminous emanations, even just scanning, the eyes are the window to the soul. So when you connect, it just elevates you. It connects you to the best version of yourself. Okay. And of course, also the writings of the Ari, Rav Isaac Luria.
Okay, so look, you know me, I'm a practical kind of person. And I just want to say, Moredchay, for people who are watching us that aren't connected or listening to us, who aren't connected to Kabbalah, like are these tips good for everyone? Like for any type of meditation, if you meditate, if you study something that's spiritual, whatever that is. I just want to make sure people are very clear, because we also have given to the listeners of this show some snippets from the Zohar. So we've given it to people. I just want to make sure everybody understands.
Right. So in terms of meditation, there are different meditations that can work, including breathing techniques, including movements, whatever works for you. We found these Kabbalistic meditations to be the most effective in growing exponentially. If you find something that is very effective for you, very powerful for you, no question, do it. With the Kabbalistic writings, after a search of many years, I can tell you, I haven't found something that works as effective as those three types of writings, because they really download the software for the most sophisticated computer, which is your mind. And that's from experience of millions of students. It's not just my personal experience.
No, thank you.
And the third thing is unity. Unity in its application means practically to realize that I cannot do it without the other person. Like at the end of the day, it's all about teamwork. I need the other person because they have gifts that I do not have. And the second aspect of unity is to realize that, to ask myself the question, am I accepting the person even though, as they are, even though they don't think like me, they don't have the same perception or view about certain things? That's unity. To accept the person as they are, even though they are different, and to understand that I need the other person. It's not just a beautiful concept. I need the other person to help me finish this spiritual work that we came to do.
So when you say unity, I mean, you're talking as if it's one person? Do you have to consider one person and then have unity with one person? Or is it that you want to have the idea of unity with everybody who's in your life? Like, how does that look a little bit?
Right. So it doesn't mean, it's a great question. It doesn't mean that I'm going to love everyone. Let's face it, right? Some people are really pushing our buttons, and there are certain people that just to hear their voice or their tone of voice does a tremendous button pushing for certain people. So where are we at? So our teacher, Rav Berg, teaches us the minimum is human dignity. The minimum is human dignity, meaning that I treat the other person like, at least like I would want to be treated. In a human way, in a way that is not humiliating, in a way that it's not reactive, aggravated, angry, upset, giving them guilt, and so on. The list goes in a long way. So this is like the minimum. Going further, it's not only with one person. You want to practice human dignity with everyone, and especially with those that push your buttons the most.
So
these are the people that you can reveal the greatest light by human dignity. And if you get to a level of really transforming the bitter to sweet, that's even further advanced.
So it seems like it's a great way to practice. I mean, I was at a coffee shop today, and every order that I made, they got wrong. And so what I'm hearing you say is, in that moment, if I could have in my thoughts to have unity and human dignity, even though they got everything wrong and I had to wait like an extra 20 minutes and the whole thing, that if I approached it with human dignity and thoughts of unity, like this is helping me right now to do my spiritual work, then that's kind of, it can be anybody is what I'm saying. It's
right, anybody.
Many opportunities during the day to practice this.
Right, well put. Because really, I might hear this voice like saying, like my opponent saying to me, like, idiots, they can't get my order straight. But to the outside, am I able to treat them with human dignity? Or you can see on my face that I'm aggravated, that I'm upset. That's one level, that even externally, I'm treating them with human dignity. I mean, people feel if you are smiling a fake smile. And if you are smiling a real smile, it's contagious, like this, right? So that's externally with human dignity. You want to reach also a level that internally you have the human dignity. You know, it happens, maybe they're having a challenging day, like they're not idiots, they know what they're doing. It's just like maybe today they're a bit disoriented. It happens, we're humans. And the third level, the highest level, it doesn't even bother you. It doesn't even push your buttons. But that's how you know that you really perfected this energy of unity with that individual.
Okay, great.
Along with the idea that I need the other person.
Well, I needed to get my coffee, so that was for sure.
Yes, yes, you are much more vibrant when you have your coffee.
Exactly.
Right?
All right.
So I need them to make the coffee for me. Yes, I can make it myself, but the fact that they helped me and they made it for me allows me to reveal more light of what I'm supposed to reveal. So it's like a chain of paying it forward.
Got it. All right. And what's the next one?
So you have those three: Kabbalistic meditation, study, or any meditation works for you. Study, especially from the writings of the Kabbalists, right? Especially from the Zohar, the writings of the Ari, Zohar, main text of Kabbalah, and the writings of the 10 luminous emanations, which can be retrieved, can be purchased at the Kabbalah Center. You can have access to it very easily. You can have access to the Zohar today very easily. In certain times, you can even get the Zohar for free as part of a generous donation and contribution of different students of the Kabbalah Center. You can just go to Kabbalah.com, put your address, just pay for the shipping, and the Zohar is on its way. So this is like revelation. And the third is the idea of unity. But it doesn't start, those three things, the exponential growth doesn't start before we realize, okay, if I continue like this, where am I going to be? In 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years, am I achieving my best version of myself? Or am I just going to keep on doing what I'm doing? Yes, it's revealing light, but where am I going to be in 5, 10, 20 years, 30 years? So this is what we want to achieve. And then comes the aspect of sleep. So when you do this throughout the day, you're already in the vibration of exponential. So you almost don't need to do that much to hit the pillow and to have exponential growth while you are asleep. What we're going to share with you today is the cherry on the top that really hits the sand. But otherwise, if you're doing it throughout the day, it's like, as we learned about the magical cycle, it's going to affect your sleep. You're going to have exponential growth while you're asleep. And then in the morning, you're going to start your day already exponentially higher. You know, it's funny because I think it was last week, I think I even shared this with you, right? That I have people that ask me, are you studying in the middle of the night? So I answer to them, Kabbalistically, it's really recommended to study after midnight. And when I was younger, it sounds old. When I was younger, I used to do it quite often. But these days, most of the nights, I'm sleeping throughout the night. Because throughout my sleep, using the Kabbalistic techniques and meditations and the way you conduct yourself throughout the day, I achieve in so many ways while I'm asleep great elevations, great understandings, great downloads to my soul and my consciousness than the time that I'm actually studying while I'm awake.
So that's, so just to wrap it up so that we can kind of have this amazing package of information that you've just given us, in order to exponentially grow ourselves, we can really tap into exponentially the information that comes to us through our sleep exponentially. And to do that, there's 4 steps that actually, it seems not, I don't want to say easy, because anything is, you know, any practice, it takes practice, right? But 4 steps that we can do during our day, every day. Some of them, just, it, like I said, like with my example on the coffee, it happens. So you get a chance to practice. So let's go over them really quickly before we move on. We have the Kabbalistic meditations, and I want to remind everybody that you can go on all of our social media sites and get access to all of the Kabbalistic meditations that we have given over the last several weeks. So you have an opportunity there, or you can go on Kabbalah.com to study. And so Moredchay is recommending that you're studying the Kabbalistic writings, particularly the Zohar, and there's many opportunities out there to access all of this content. Also, we have shared some of it on our social media sites, so please feel free to go back and take a look there. To have unity and human dignity with everybody, not just your immediate family or your spouse or your kids, but to remember to practice that every day. And finally, to kind of see yourself in a perfected state, like to know where you want to get to, having the direction about where you want to go. And what does that look like so that growth can get there? Is that it?
And it starts with the intention. Like, if I'm doing what I'm doing right now, is this going to get me the way I conduct myself throughout the day and while I'm asleep? Is this going to get me to my best version of myself in how long? Right? And once you answer yourself this question, and it's good to ask it every day, then you go through those 4 things. So you keep on using the 3 tools, right? Which is the meditation, the study, and the unity. As you keep on seeing yourself getting there. And yes, it doesn't mean you're going to see exactly how it's going to look like. But you strive to perfect whoever it is that you are, even if you don't see exactly how it's going to be amazing. And you're going to have like visions throughout the journey on how it looks like.
Awesome. And remember to keep a smile on your face, because that always helps.
Absolutely.
All right.
Makes it faster.
Exactly. It gets exponential to the exponential, right?
Yeah, and when you conduct yourself this way throughout the day, all it takes is just to hit send when you go to sleep.
All right, we're going to tell you about that in a minute, but before we do, we want to share with you the language of dreams and the sleep symbol of this week. And what is that, Moredchay?
One of my favorites, eggs.
Eggs.
Eggs,
Fried or
eggs of
scrambled?
any kind.
Any kind, fried, scrambled.
Any kind.
Over easy.
Chicken, yeah, birds, any birds, anything goes. So what is it about? And we want to make sure that we understand that every symbol that we're learning is gradually, it's like we're learning another word in the vocabulary of the symbols, just to refresh our consciousness while we're doing this. So when the time comes, we'll have a rich language of the dreams, the language of the dreams, and we'll be more empowered to interpret our own dreams. And also when we speak to a dream interpreter, we'll have an idea of what they're talking about. So we might know what's the meaning of eggs, but we might need a session with a dream interpreter to refine it and to see how is it connected practically to my life. So eggs are, in Aramaic, they are called bi'ah. In Hebrew, it's called beitza. In Aramaic, it's called bi'ah. And bi'ah also means desire. So when you see eggs in dreams, it's actually an indication that your request was granted.
Oh.
Yes.
You have to know what you're.
So let's say if it's 3 eggs, 4 eggs, you had relatively lately 4 desires that you had in your mind, those 4 are granted. And if the egg is broken, it's cracked, it means it's already manifesting, it's already happening.
Wow.
So it's even better than just seeing the eggs.
I would have thought a cracked egg or a broken egg would not be a good thing. So that's great.
Right, but it comes from the idea that when we create an opening, then the light of the Creator can come in. When the egg is complete, so it's like not enough, right? Like the heart is open, the light can come in. In a similar way, when there's a crack in the egg, the light can actually come in. There's a crack in the desire. There's an opening in my desire. Now the light can enter and fulfill it. So once I understand that this is really up to me to open my vessel to receive the light of the Creator, and once I realize that I need the support of the Creator, that's when the opening actually takes place. So it's a great symbol, assuming that you didn't watch an episode about eggs, birds, National Geographic, or yeah, you made yourself an omelette just before you went to sleep. So most of the chances it's reflecting what you experienced the day before.
So one quick question, and this kind of connects back to several other episodes where we talk about before going to sleep to be very kind of focused on questions you want to have answered or desires that you have. So is it advisable to do that just also to make sure that if you see eggs in your dream that you're knowing exactly what the desire is, or does it matter?
No, it's you probably would need a dream interpretation to tell you to which desire it's linked to. But if someone is really focused on certain things, it can be, let's say, financial goals, or meeting their soulmate, or a major step in their career, a major step in their well-being and health. So you pretty much know what you focused on. Okay. So if you had a dream with eggs, it's pretty much connected to your desires, and we will get to it in a later stage. I can share right now that the dream also follows the interpretation. So the interpretation that you have in for your dream is actually a great ingredient in manifesting it. So if you say, no, it's probably not connected to what I was thinking, what I was desiring in the past few weeks, you're probably manifesting that it's not going to manifest.
Oh, okay.
So don't
So you
get
got to
in
be
your
careful.
own way. It's better that you link it in a positive way, in an empowering way to what you're going through, so it will manifest in a greater way.
Got it. All right. And something to sleep on.
So something to sleep on is also from the Ari, Rav Isaac Luria. Rav Isaac Luria says that when someone finishes their spiritual work in that body, there's two main ways for the individual to get to the next level. One is to leave the physical world. So we can see that there are certain people that go to sleep and don't wake up. But the Ari says that by saying one verse, you can actually go to sleep on that night and wake up with the next level of your soul entering your body. So the old level went to your spiritual bank account as a deposit. There's no going to waste. And the next level, with all the memories and all the understandings, but a higher perception, a higher level of consciousness has entered your being. And that's replacing the need for a certain individual, when they finish that level, to pass away in order to go to the next level in a different body.
Wow. So we are going to share this few line meditation on our social media.
It's called Nafshi Iviticha. That's
okay.
how the Kabbalists call it, Nafshi Iviticha.
And maybe I'm asking on the fly right now, maybe we can get a recorded version of it from you so people can understand how to say it. So you'll
get it. And by the way, the idea is, the literal translation means, my current level of the soul is yearning to connect with you, the light of the Creator. And my next level of the soul, my spirit, will enter me as I wake up.
Awesome. All right. This has been fantastic and helpful. And now I feel absolutely prepared to grow exponentially. I can hardly wait to get started on my day and figuring all of this out. And
this is so exciting.
So thank you so much for that. We want to remind everybody that if you would like to get all of the something to sleep ons and the dream symbols, we do post them on all of our social media sites, on Facebook at The Art of Spiritual Sleep, on Instagram at The Art of Spiritual Sleep. And that is the place where you can see what's going on and engage with our community. So we really encourage you to go there. You can also find it on our YouTube page, and we're urging everybody to please subscribe if you want to get the notifications when the new shows are posted. So we are at The Art of Spiritual Sleep on YouTube. And also you can find us on pretty much every podcast platform out there. So if you miss an episode and you want to hear it again, you certainly can. Finally, one last thing. If you want to ask a question, or if you're in need of a dream interpretation or want to learn more about the Art of Spiritual Sleep program, you can email us at dreams@kabbalah.com. Moredchay.
And I just want to end by saying that if you're looking for an inspiration, like why should I even strive to have exponential growth? Maybe you want to watch the movie Limitless with Bradley Cooper.
Okay.
If you haven't watched it, this is about getting exponential growth, but we are talking about the natural way, not as a medicine or something like that.
But it's the same feeling. You can equate it.
Yes.
All right. I love that little extra tip. We'll post that as well. And if you like anything that we're talking about, always make sure you share with our friends, because our goal at the Art of Spiritual Sleep is to make sure that all 7 billion people in this world learn how to sleep in a way that is going to enhance their day. So please feel free to share. We will see you next week. And thanks again, Moredchay.
Good night and sleep tight.